I tried to kind of like look my best. I did like a quick look. But I mean, I don't know. I probably did good. I mean, granted, I'm like really vibing this look, so let's just go ahead and get started here. Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Frankie Blue and today you guys I am bringing you a very personal video here in honor of Pride Month. Since Pride Month is almost over soon, I just wanted to go ahead and share a very personal story of mine. I love Pride Month. It's amazing because you get to see a lot of amazing people. You get to hear a lot of their amazing stories, their coming out stories and stuff like that. And I figured since it's Pride Month, why not I share my coming out story with you guys. First and foremost, how are you feeling about this look? Like, I'm really vibing it, to be honest with you. The eyes, I really like vibing the eyes. I wanted to do just something like quick and summary. How are you vibing about the lips? We feeling it? We're feeling it. I love it. I'm wearing two different lip colors. Anyways, whatever I use on my face, I will go ahead and leave in the description box down below. I can't even talk today. All the products that I used on my face, I will go ahead and leave in the description box down below, so that way you guys can go ahead and check them out if you guys want to see what I used on my face and all that stuff. So normally I don't really like to share personal stuff on any social media platform. To be honest with you, I rarely share any personal like stories or anything like that. I mean, yes, I will post every now and then like a story or like a something inspirational or something that I've gone through. We all do it, let's be honest. And but yeah, I like to keep my private life as private, and I kind of am very reserved. Now, I don't really like to talk too much about people. Talk to people much about things that I'm going through or personal stuff like that, or share any personal things. It's very kind of, I guess you can say, like rare for me to share things like that with people. That's just always been me. I figured why not I share my coming out experience. Maybe it's something that one of you guys have gone through and can share your story with me, or maybe kind of like help inspire, to be honest with you. So yeah, so again, in honor of Pride Month, I just wanted to go ahead and come on camera and share with you guys my coming out story. But I hope maybe this helps bring some light over to, or give the courage for people to be their true selves. So yeah, let's start with this video. We're about to spill some tea. I'm just kidding. No, we're not. It's just water. I don't even know where to start. I don't even know where to start to begin with. Well, when I first found out that I was gay, actually growing up, I always knew that I was different. I kind of just never really like put my finger on it or anything like that. I just knew I was different. And when you're growing up little, especially in a Hispanic home, you kind of not really adjusted or kind of know these things. Just because, again, you're not really taught this stuff. So I would always see it on TV and stuff like that, but it just never clicked in my mind or never made really any sense. I was curious, but I never really talked about it to my parents, nor my sisters. I think I started learning more about it as I grew up. I kind of already knew who I was when I was, I think 14, around there, 14, but I just never really made like an announcement or kind of like was assured about it. It was kind of like a very like thing where I just never really talked because I didn't understand, if that makes any sense. So finally, when I was kind of learning how to, learning about being gay and stuff like that, it was like if a whole new world was opening up to me, and I even started questioning things about it myself, because again, I never really understood it. Like, why do I like boys? Why do I not like girls? In that sort of a manner. But I think it just, as time grew and the more that I learned, the more I understood that, you know, I'm not into girls. I am into boys. I think it became official when, what was it? God, when I met this guy. Now this is just gonna be a quick I'm not, just FYI, I'm not gonna mention any names, not whatsoever. We're gonna keep this confidential. We're just gonna keep it, or you know, keep it as minimal as possible with not including people. I am gonna be talking about people, but I'm not gonna be mentioning any names. Just because. We started liking this boy. We kind of hanged out a little bit here and there, and then I met him through a friend, and we kind of just, I guess you could say, dated a little bit. It wasn't really like a date or anything like that, or kind of like official or anything like that. It was just kind of like, I guess, whatever. It didn't start becoming true until I met my second boyfriend. This was during the MySpace days. If you guys remember the MySpace days, y'all know the hot mess was real. Until I met this guy during the MySpace days, who reached out to me, and we kind of just went back and forth. I was really infatuated with him. I was really liking him. I kind of had opened up a little bit with a couple of friends, not all of them. So maybe like 2 or 3 friends knew about me, and that was it. I only didn't know, most of my other friends didn't really know, so I kind of just was very reserved about that stuff. I didn't want to know anybody know, because yes, I was bullied for just acting the way that I did, even though I never said that I was gay or or anything like that, or being open about it. I was just bullied because of the way that I acted, the way that I talked, and all that stuff. So started talking to this guy. We started talking more often. We eventually, of course, exchanged numbers, and we started talking on the phone, and it was really nice. It was very comforting talking to him on the phone. We would talk literally endless hours, almost, even like sleepless nights, because we would constantly talk all night long. And that was just basically majority of the relationship, just talking online, until one thing happened where we officially started dating, and we became official, and I was just more infatuated with this guy. And the more infatuated I was getting with this guy, the more it was hard for me to kind of just keep things under wraps. I know, right? It's really funny that I'm trying to be secretive, knowing that I'm very like, oh my god, yes, queen work. But back then, I kind of was a little bit more on a toned down version of it, of whatever you guys see. So yeah, he made it official and stuff like that. It wasn't until maybe 3 weeks after talking with each other over the phone and stuff like that, was when I had decided, let's make the route and meet each other for the very first time. Yes, as shocking as that is, we never met the 3 weeks that we officially became official. It wasn't until I made the trip to where he lives, which, by the way, he was kind of maybe a good 30 minutes away from where I lived. And so I kind of had to tell my dad, if he can drop me off over there, because I'm going to go spend the weekend with a friend. And so he agreed, and gave me the ride and dropped me off over there. Honestly, it was the most incredible 3-day weekend of my life, because I left that Friday. Or was it Friday? Saturday. Actually, no, it was 2-day weekend. It was Saturday, because I left Sunday. So what? Sunday night? That's when I fully experienced love and being infatuated, just being in love and being happy and all that stuff. You know what I mean. It kind of just started phasing even more like that. And the more that I was falling for this guy, the harder it was for me to kind of not be, too open about it. And it kind of was scaring me a couple of times, just because, I accidentally would leave hints and stuff like that. Hints being hickeys all over, and oh god, I swear to god, I hate it. I hate hickeys. I would always leave his house with hickeys, and I call them whore marks. So things like that. And so I would always leave like little traces here and there, not on purpose. I think I was just so in the moment that I just didn't really care. And finally, when I just left this house, that's when I was leaving my fantasy and back into reality, and it was just like, oh my God, I need to hide this, hide that. And it was a lot of hiding. I didn't really want nobody to know about him yet, or about me yet, but I think I started knowing that I think I need to start talking about this and being open, especially with my family, as this relationship progresses. Of course, I told a couple of my friends, and they were cool about it. They were like all excited, but most of them were like, yeah, we know, we've always knew and stuff like that. And so it wasn't that bad and stuff like that. It was my family who was one of the most hardest ones that I was just like, I couldn't. But then again, you realize that family is always going to be the tough one to always come out or go through these situations, especially when you're coming from a Hispanic family like how I am. You grow up with these morals and these things like that. So, and you grow up understanding that being, a man, technically you're not supposed to like another man. It's just all about pride and stuff like that. Machismo, I don't know, masculinity, I think that's what you call it, and stuff like that. I don't know. But so growing up in a Hispanic family, it is tough. I think just growing up in a Hispanic home or just in a Hispanic heritage family, it's very difficult to voice something out that defines who you are, just because there is that fear that I'm gonna be disowned or they're not gonna want me or anything like that. I made the couple of mistakes of I don't know what I was thinking. I think because at that point I was just kind of like already like, should I not? But I don't really remember, but I think I didn't really officially come out to my sisters. I think they just already knew, and I just kind of was just very open about it. And they were fine about it. They never really said anything bad or anything like that. They were pretty cool about it. They loved the guy that I was seeing. They were pretty cool. They were cool with him. I think I brought him over a couple of times, but since my parents are divorced, at that time I was living with my dad. He would always come over and we would, spend time with me and things like that. And I think my dad already kind of suspected, or he already knew. Let's just face it. He already knew. And one of those things that at that point, like, you're so in love, you forget your real reason on why you're trying to hide who you are. But again, I was just in love, and I kind of just started throwing reality out the door a majority of the time. When I first came out to my mom, I remember it was, she was living at this apartment with, at the time she was seeing this, older gentleman. So she was living at these apartments, and I remember that we were spending me and my younger sister, we were spending the weekend over at my mom's apartment, and it was a late night, and I kind of was very nervous. I wasn't that nervous, but I was nervous because, one, I've always grown up with my mom. She's always been, my right hand and my guard and things like that. So we're having, I think, dinner at one point. It was me, my sister, and her boyfriend wasn't there. And I remember I was just like, hey, can I tell you something? She was like, sure. And I was like, well, I don't know how to put this or how to say this, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm gay. And it was a brief moment of silence, which that brief feels like it's an eternity. And she basically was just, the reaction that I got from her wasn't the one that I kind of thought that I was gonna get from her, if that makes sense. She was very quiet about it. And she didn't believe it. At first she thought it was a joke, and she thought that me being, oh my god, she thought that what I was saying to her was a joke, was just not real. And if it is, it was a phase. She straight up told me that, no, it can't be true. You're lying. This is just a phase. And basically, I had to reassure her that, no, this is not a phase. This is me, and this is who I am. I am seeing this person. And she was just very in denial about it, if that makes sense. To be honest with you, it hurt because I didn't expect this kind of reaction, especially from her, because I've always grown up with my mom. I'm just gonna put it out there, I've always been a mama's boy. So for her to have this kind of a reaction was just very, very shocking to me. I didn't believe it. Remember that time I just went to my room. I didn't really finish eating because I wasn't hungry anymore. And I just went to my room and I was just feeling very down on myself. Like, I felt like I was like, did I do something wrong? Is this bad of me to say? Like, I felt very, confused, and I felt also very, like, I kind of let somebody down. It bothered me for a while. I talked to my 2 older sisters about it. I believe I talked to my 2 older sisters about it, and they just said, don't even trip about it. It's mom. Give her some time. Eventually she's gonna come around and stuff like that. And I was like, I mean, I guess, okay. So I just kind of, like, let's put it this way, just swept that under the rug, and just kind of kept it moving with me and my relationship and things like that. When I came out to my dad, actually, I was very terrified. I am not gonna lie. I was just very scared to tell him. When I remember that night clearly, actually. That night never goes away in my mind. My dad was seeing somebody at the time, and he was gonna go out with her, and he was gonna stay the night at her house. So I told him, okay, cool. I'm like really hungry. Do you think, is it okay if you can drive me to grab some food and stuff like that? And he's like, sure. And so we drove in the car. I didn't expect, actually, I wasn't planning to tell him about me at all. I think this just came out of left field for me. I think at that point, I reached a point where, I have to say something. I can't keep my relationship a secret. I have to be very open about it. So we he drove me to, out of all places, a Filiberto's. Don't judge me. We were waiting there, and my heart was just beating so fast like this, because I knew it was now or never. So it was just him and I remember this Spanish song. I'm going a little bit into detail. I remember that this Spanish song was playing, and it's by Fito Olivares. It's just this old school Mexican artist, and he was there just waiting for the cars, and I told him, basically, I was like, Dad, I have something to tell you. He turns and he looks at me, and his gaze the way that he looked at me, he knew what I was gonna say, and I was afraid, and sorry, I get nervous each time when I talk about this. He was looking at me, and he knew what I was gonna say, and basically I told him, just no hesitation, nothing, whatever. I just wanted to tell you that I am gay. And I felt relief, but at the same time, I was afraid, because basically I had let him down, and he was gonna be disappointed in me. That was my mindset that I went in, and fuck. So when I told him, you know, again, there was a brief pause. Oh God, this is the wrong day to wear makeup. So basically when just give me a minute. Sorry, I apologize. So when I told him, there was a brief moment of silence, and the reaction that I was expecting from him was not the reaction that I got. Basically, I consider it as a reversal from the reaction that I was expecting from my mom. He basically just told me, hey, I already knew. And I'm glad that you told me. Honestly, that's what I have been waiting for, is for you to tell me. And basically, to sum it all up, he was just telling me that, you know, no matter what I am, who I love, and things like that, it does not matter to him. At the end of the day, I am your father, you're my son, and I love you no matter what. I was just waiting for you to tell me, and stuff like that. And it was really nice. I cried, and he gave me a hug, and he was just like, again, he just reiterated that at the end of the day, he loves me for who I am, and he doesn't judge me for who I love or who I choose to love and how I decide to live my lifestyle. Basically, the reaction that I got from him was just very shocking. I wasn't expecting that from him. But then again, I wasn't really expecting the reaction from my mom. But from my dad, that was definitely a big old shocker. Maybe I would say a week later, I had to I talked to my mom again. And this time I had to be really stern with her and let her know that this is not a phase. At the end of the day, this is me. And yeah, a week later, I told her again, and I was like, hey, I just want to tell you something, and I just want to be brief right now. This is not a phase. I am not going through anything. This is just basically who I am, and whether you like it or not, Mom, I'm not going to change. And she kind of stayed silent, again, as per usual, but I think when I was just very stern with her about it, because my mom was very stubborn, I'll be honest with you. But then again, what Latina mom isn't stubborn? So she was cool about it. She finally got the point, and she basically was like, hey, I'm sorry for what I said, and I didn't mean it. You know, we forgave each other. Well, I forgave her. But she came to terms with it. Even though to this day, I still have a feeling, and my sisters also have feeling that it kind of teeter-totters with her, a little bit. At the end of the day, you know, I love both of my parents, and I am just super blessed to be able to have a family that is very understanding and very accepting and loving of who I am, and they don't care, you know, my lifestyle choices. Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, what I got is not the same as what most other, you know, other people go through. Because let's be honest, you know, being gay or being LGBTQ or anything like that, it's still a very, like, how you can put it, like a very taboo thing. It's not as much as it is now in 2019, but it's still something that is, you know, kind of hard to accept, if that makes sense. In the day, you should love yourself and love whoever you want, no matter what. I think we just grow up with all these standards and the way that we supposed to live society, but unfortunately, no. You know, no, we choose to be who we are. We choose to love who we love. At the end of the day, love is love, no matter what. We're all created equal. We're all choose to be however we want to be. You know what I mean? And so I am just truly honored and blessed to be able to have the family that loved me and accepts me for who I am. And I was able to be myself and still be myself. And now that I'm able to play with makeup and wear makeup and stuff like that, you know, it makes me very happy and blessed to have my family and love me for who I am. This goes out to my family. This is directly to you, sisters, and everybody, my nieces, my nephews. I am so thankful for you guys for being able to love me for who I am, for the stuff that I choose to do with my life, and who I can love. I just want to say thank you guys for all that. You guys are truly amazing, and I just want to let you guys know that bottom of my heart, you guys are everything to me. It doesn't matter if we fight or whatever, you guys are always going to be with me forever and ever and ever. But yeah, that is my coming out story to you guys, and I hope that I didn't kind of make you guys cry or anything like that. Just wanted to put it out there because, again, I'm a very private person. I kind of don't like to, you know, talk a lot about myself or, you know, spill any of my private things that I've gone through or anything like that. So in honor of Pride Month, I wanted to go ahead and just share my story with you guys, and I hope you guys are inspired by it to decide who you guys want to be in life, and take courage of your life. At the end of the day, we only got one life, and you know, you gotta decide whether to take advantage of it or just let yourself go. That's pretty much all that I just wanted to say. Before I go ahead and let you guys go, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button down there. Go ahead and be part of the tribe. As well as make sure you guys like and share my videos out there, so that way we can bring in more people over here to the tribe so they can see my hot mess. And also, leave me your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think of this video today. Let me know what you guys think about, you know, my story, and just leave me your comments there, as well as make sure, and also comment on the makeup. Are we feeling it? Let's be honest, like, work. Just let me know if you guys are feeling it. As always, make sure you guys leave me your suggestions down there of what you guys want to see in future videos. I will gladly be able to do them if I can. As well as I will also leave all my social media links down below in the description box, so that way you guys can go ahead and follow me on the Twitter and on Instagram. And that is pretty much it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye!